Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of our ELA Tech Talks. My name is Jamie Trujillo. I am moderating today's Tech Talk, and today's Tech Talk topic is USA Learns for Online Learning, which is presented by our brilliant Dawn Dutton. Hi, Dawn.
Good afternoon.
And so if you have, again, just to reiterate, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. We will have some opportunities for you to speak later on. But please, like I said, feel free to let me know if you have any issues. And with that, I will turn it over to Dawn.
Hello again. I'm very happy to be here. It is a webinar for English language acquisition today using the program USA Learns as part of the distance learning support team support program for us in our endeavor to teach online, which it looks like we're all doing right now and maybe doing in the future. Dawn Dutton is my name, and there's my email address. Feel free to use it any old time. I check it every day, and if you have questions about this webinar or any, please contact me. USA Learns is, before I begin talking about the 5 cool things about USA Learns, I have a question for you. When Jamie sent out the announcement of this event and asked you to how to log in and all that, she sent along with it a little video, and there was an assignment in there for you. So I'd like to ask all of you to listen for your name, unmute yourself, and say either yes or "my dog ate my homework." If you created a USA Learns account for yourself as per instructed, say yes. If you did not, please reply with "my dog ate my homework." Jamie?
All right, so I am just going from the top to the bottom of the participant list. So when I call your name, just unmute yourself and say either yes or "my dog ate my homework." So we'll start with Ernestina. Ernestina, if you're able to unmute yourself, just to let us know.
There you go.
We can hear you now, yes.
Okay. What was the question?
Did you create a USA Learns account?
No, I didn't.
So your dog ate your homework.
No, I didn't do my homework now.
Thank you, Ernestina. Okay, we're going to go to Amy.
Actually, my granddog ate my homework. Because I'm in Albuquerque with my son and my granddog ate my homework.
Thank you, Amy. Okay, Claudia.
Yes.
Thank you.
I haven't. Sorry, I haven't.
Thank you very much. Excellent. Okay, Darla. You're still muted, Darla. I'm not sure if you're trying to unmute yourself. All right, Darla, if you can't unmute yourself, you can answer in the chat, but we will come back to you. Gwen.
My invisible dog ate my homework.
Thank you, Gwen. Jackie.
I found out I was already, I'd already done it, so yes.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, and Jervis. Jervis, you are still muted if you're trying to unmute yourself. And same thing as with Darla, you can put your answer in the chat. Okay, Jervis chatted yes. He has. Okay,
Good.
Great.
Thank you.
And so, Darla, do you want to? We're going to give you one more chance to either unmute or respond in the chat with yes or "my dog ate my homework." Okay, it looks like we're not going to be able to hear from Darla, but Darla, please feel free to put it in the chat if you are able to.
Okay, well, thank you all. Just as a reminder, what we do there is called a priming exercise. And before some educational opportunities, this is not uncommon these days to create a priming exercise. In other words, it's something that you can do to get your mind working on the subject at hand, of course, which is USA Learns. So creating an account would have gotten you thinking about this in a little bit ahead, but that's okay. We're gonna cover how to create an account, and we're going to have time for you to create an account for yourself today. So just real quick, the things that I like about USA Learns are that it, number one, offers 4 levels of instruction, including citizenship. This program is really good for any level, including the very, very lowest levels, except for maybe the advanced level. It really doesn't have a lot of advanced level stuff, but it can be used for the majority of our students. Teachers can set up their own class, and I encourage you to do so. This program is very mobile friendly. I'm going to show you what it looks like on my phone, what the app looks like, and how it shows up on a phone. And it's kind of cool. The little icon pops up, and it has this little sound to it. It's kind of fun. And again, it starts at that literacy level, the content here, and it also includes many useful workforce and workforce readiness things and skills that we need to prepare our students for that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a few slides first. Then I'm going to ask you to join me and listen along as you open up your own account. So what we're going to do is look at the phone app first here. As you can see, this is what it looks like on my phone anyway. The USA Learns English 1 app is there. It downloads easily. It's free. It doesn't take a lot of information or personal information or registration time and I've never gotten spam or emails, or they don't try to sell me stuff. So we like this a lot. And then next to it here, where it says select a unit, is what happens when you open this app. Your students will come here to this, and this is English 1. This is one of the 4 levels, and each one has several units. And in each unit, for example, in Unit 1, there are 20 different topics. So it's a big program. There's a lot of content here. So this is it. This is what anyone, a student or you, go to usalearns.org, and this is what you see. Now, it says start now, but you're not going to do that. You're going to go to the bottom right. The yellow arrow indicates teachers. Click here. When you do that, you're going to come to this screen, which has this new video. Up at the top, there's this brief video about how to create a teacher account. You can always look at that if you want to come back to it or look at it now if you'd like to. But I'd like you to not look at that right now, actually. But you can see that this is where we do this, and this is where we register. So you click on the register here. You fill out a simple name and a password, and it asks for your school and a couple of things. But again, not a lot of personal information, and you are registered. Now, I want to show you what your home page then looks like. After you register, you look here, and here you can see this is my home page. It is d.net.nmdelt.org. My email, that tells you that you're in your account. Sometimes I'm in another account and I forget where I am, and I can look there and see that I'm in this account. Here are classes that I have created over the years, but some of them have end dates already. But the most important thing here is under this arrow, we're going to see the class key. In USA Learns, we don't add students to the roster. The students join the class. We invite them by sending this class key to them, and we can do that in a variety of ways. So they've joined the class. Now, what their page looks like is this. Now you'll see this under my home here. This email address is chili2@nmdelt.org. Well, this is one of my students, and she has her account name there. So when she logs on, she's already in my class, but when your students log on, they're going to go to this over here on the right where it says enroll in my teacher's class to get into your class. And pretty much that's all there is to it. On this page, you'll see that here's my class, here's Spring 2020 with Dawn, and this is how they would work through this, by looking at the next activity or selecting something different. And you can also see here that there's an email function with this program. You can send each other messages right here within the program. And I have one new message from Chile. So with that, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to go to USA Learns. Now, at the top of if you're looking at a computer screen, maybe on your phone, I'm not sure exactly how it works, you're probably going to see some tabs at the top. You're going to see your Meet tab and maybe something else. So I'd like you to click on the plus sign over to the right of that line of tabs that are open at the top of your page, that plus sign over there, and get into your browser, open up a new browser page, and get into usalearns.org. And if you can listen to me and do that, that would be wonderful. And you should all see this page that I have here. And again, you can click on the Meet tab at the top to see what my screen looks like, and click on the USA Learns tab to look at your USA Learns account. And since many of you have not created your account yet, we're going to go through this together. And I have some annoying pop-ups here to deal with. I don't know why I have that, but
Don, I want to put the URL in the chat. So
oh, good.
Can I just confirm it's www.usalearns.org?
Yes.
Not the HTTPS or anything, just www.
It just says usalearns.org on my computer.
So yeah, it should work. Okay, so I put the URL in the chat. So if you click on the URL straight from the chat, it will open up that new tab that Don was talking about, and you can see on his screen, it'll just pop up to the right of your Meet tab. And then you can toggle between that one and the meeting to see Don's screen, but you can just listen as you go through the process. So sorry to interrupt, I just wanted to mention
Quite all right. Is everyone with me on this? Anyone, please, who is not, let me know. Then I will assume that we are all here. You have USA Learns homepage open. You see again, it says start now there, which you're not going to go to. Like I said earlier on my screens, I said go to the right corner. So from here, go to the right corner where it says teachers, click here and click on that. And here's, like I showed you this before, here's your registration page. And of course, just go click on register to create your account. Now, I've already done this. I'm not going to create another account for myself, but you can see your email address. You might use your NM Delta account there. Put in your first name and last name, and the alias is simply what your students see, what you might want to be called in class, whatever. Write in your country and agency type, your agency name, and your password should be at least 6 letters or numbers, no spaces, and confirm the password and register that account. I'll give you a few minutes to create your account. Jamie, can you see those pop-ups on the screen?
Yes.
Those
Yes, I
are
can.
just
Unfortunately.
killing me.
Unfortunately, like you said, that's one of the downsides of a free program.
Yep. Yeah, these, as I was preparing for this webinar, working with this just this week, these pop-ups started, and I had never seen them before. Kind of surprised by that. I tried to block them with my settings function, but somehow it didn't work real well. Okay, everybody with me? You have created your account. I know some of you already have your account. I apologize for the pausing here in the empty air. I'm going to assume that you have done so and go back to my home page here. And when you have your account, you sign in, or you go from the register to the sign in. So when you sign in, I'm going to sign in with my NM Delta account and sign in like that. So all of you should be signed into your account. This is what you see. From this page, we see the classes that I just created this Web 5 2020 class just recently. But this is where we create class. On your home page here, you have instructions here at the top about how to operate the program, some resources, information about citizenship and the apps, like I said, are pretty cool. And on the right here, you see messages that you sent, or messages you may have received, and graded writing activities. This is pretty cool because you can write back and forth with your students about their writing assignments, and you can tell them to redo something, and they can be waiting there for you. And this right here will tell you that you have writing waited to be graded. You can change your password, change your email, change the name of the account, and of course you can edit the account to delete or not move your accounts around. So the first thing we want to do with a new account is to start a new class. If you're just listening to me and working in your own class, you're not going to see the classes that I created here. So we're going to click on Start a New Class. And here now, we write the title of the class. And you want to make this something that your students will recognize, maybe something with your name or the name of the class there. And I'll do that here like I did earlier. How about web number 1? And when you're, we're going to look at the material, and you can decide how to make your classes along a little bit later today. But here is where you decide the level of class this is. First English course is what I showed you before, literally from literacy level to beginning level. So if your class is very low, choose this. If your class is a little bit higher, the second English course has more vocabulary, more complex questions and work, and practice English and reading has even higher. This is more intermediate level, high beginning, intermediate level stuff. And then citizenship is here, and English 1 Plus is pretty much it's like the new course that's similar to the first level. So maybe you want to check that out too. along the way. But my course, since I teach level 1, I'm just going to keep that with the first English course. The description is required to move on, so you just want to write ELA study or something in there. And the date is today. Start that. And the end date is something that you can leave open. This is not required to create your class. So it's up to you. If you want to, you can always go in and edit and change the end date. If you can leave it open for all your students, or if you think your students might need a little bit of motivation, maybe if they saw June 30th as an end date there for this class, they might do more work. I don't know. You know your students best. That's up to you to decide. So after you've kind of chosen just to create this pretend working account here, click on Create My Class. And then you come back to your home page. It says your class was successfully created. Here you can see that I did web number 1 is right there. And there is my class key, FB7ECFA5. So that's the class key that I would give to my students. So you've created your class. I want to go back now and show you what the content is here. So you can decide maybe what to make your real class when you do that. I'm going to sign off of this and get into my student account here. And this, again, student comes up here, and they go to enroll in my teacher's account. You're going to instruct your students to do this. They log in, they go to enroll in my teacher's account, and they put in that class key number, which I've already forgotten because I didn't write it down. So like I said, it's a good idea to remember your class key. So what do I have to do? Well, I have to get out of this and go back to my teacher account and look at my classes again here. This time, I'm going to write down this key. It is FB7ECFA5. It's eight letters and numbers there. So now I have to sign off again and sign in again. Now, as a student, I can enroll in my teacher's class, put in the class key here, which is FB7ECFA5. And see if that works. Did I do it right? Oh, okay. So Chili, my student, is enrolled in my spring class, and she can only be enrolled in one class. So we'll just go back to the other class to see, to show you the content of this thing. So let's get out of here. Let's go back to the home page. So my student is already enrolled in my spring 2020 class. So I'm gonna look at select a different unit so that we can see all the work that she has available here. And here we open up to the unit menu. Like I said, this is based on just the English 1 course, and it is 20 areas of study. And I'm going to ask her to study transportation. I asked her to do that, and I'm going to see what she has studied. So it looks like she has studied a little bit. She hasn't completed, but she has studied part of the introduction and vocabulary. So I like this program because the student here now can move around, go back to the unit menu, and choose a different thing to study. But I want to show you how deep the program is. So again, she's going to transportation, excuse me, and then each of these sections has more has have more subsections also. Excuse me. Here we see the subsections of this lesson, this activity, the learning goals, the videos, 3 videos in this one. So we know about the learning goals. We can go to the video, and you'll see the cool thing. You probably can't hear the video from my computer, but the video runs, and you can listen to it again, and the words are written over here. So it's kind of cool. And she's already studied that. She can go to the classroom lessons, learn new words. Since it's a vocabulary activity I asked her to do, I'm going to go to the Learn New Words section. And here we see the Learn New Word. The word is read, and you can listen to it again for pronunciation. And again, you may not hear that, and I can't see what I'm doing because of the pop-up here, but go to the next word, and it starts a list of words here to the right that then you can work on the next new word. So now you have the word, and boy, this is ridiculous. I apologize again for these pop-ups that are in my way at the moment, but I hope they're not that way on your screen. So this is where she can study vocabulary. Now I went ahead and made a Google form as a quick assessment for this, and I might show you that later. But there's plenty of work here in the lesson to test them, to assess their skills. So let's can I check in with you, please, and tell me where you are, because I've told you how I might use this. I want this to be work the other way around. I'd like to know what you do with USA Learns, or what, with this brief introduction to it now, how you might use it, or what you've already done while you've been listening to me. So we can go down a roster, or anybody can jump right in who can answer that question, please.
Please feel free to unmute yourselves if you want to chime in. You can also respond in the chat, and I will relay that information to Dawn. It's possible that people are still working through it.
Yeah.
So this is Amy.
Hi, Amy.
And I'm at an off-campus site at Eastern, so we don't have computers and haven't had access to USA Learns before. So I'm real excited about this because I want to get my students plugged in. But of the 40 people I've worked with over the last 3 or 4 years, maybe a half dozen have had email or experience with email. They all have phones, and I'm just going to have to push them into technology, just like you're pushing me into technology. Thank you.
Well, now this app, it's not as interactive on the phone, but certainly, as I mentioned, the phone app is pretty cool. It does take away a little bit of the intimacy that you might have if they were more attached to the program. But can you see content in here that would work for you?
Oh, definitely. I think vocabulary,
Yeah, I think so too.
learning new words, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like that the students can use this anytime, anywhere, just on their phones or anytime on a computer. It's allows them to work independently, I think. Thank you. Someone else?
Okay, so Cindy put in the chat, I just signed up and I will peruse the site and see how I will use it with students. It seems great so far. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. That was Cindy?
Yes, Cindy Armijo.
Thank you, Cindy. Anyone else? What have you done? Or how will you use this?
There's nothing else in the chat so far.
Okay. Okay. Anybody have any questions out there? Are you lost? Are you signed in? Are you perusing it? Are you already on to something else? Let me know, please. Okay, Jamie, I wasn't really planning on talking the majority of the time today, but it seems like that's how it's going. I think
Yeah,
I
Jervis did
imagine.
just chat. Sorry about that. Jervis just said he created a personal account to see what they offer. So he's at that point.
Oh, good. Yeah, good. Thank you, Jervis.
Okay, Darla says, I would like to research more to see how I can help students. The software looks good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Darla.
And Jervis agrees that the software does look helpful. Cindy says, I like that each activity, sorry about that, it just disappeared on me. She said, I like that each activity states learning goals. Are you muted, Don? Sorry about
Nope.
that.
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
there you are. Okay.
That's
Just
interesting. I
making
like
sure.
that too. Yeah. Good feedback. Before we before you all might go here onto your own work and like that, if you would look at my screen again and what happened?
It looks like we're seeing your Google
Oh,
Meet screen, so you might need to be on your USA Learns tab or your PowerPoint.
thank you.
There we go.
Thank you. Just wanted to remind all of you that your distance learning support team is providing a variety of things here. Monday practices in distance learning webinars, and Wednesday webinars, and Thursday ESL, ELA topics, and like that. And I wanted to leave this page for you to check before you leave today. Please take a look at this page, and specifically at the form at the bottom. I would like you to complete https://bit.ly/3exnszx. And this, unfortunately, you can't just click on this right now, but this is a Google form I would like you to complete about the webinar today. It really helps us with your input to know what is best, what you're enjoying out there, what kind of things you need and want as professionals. So if you would take a look at that, and we really appreciate your input. I'll go ahead and wait a
I'm
few
also
more
going to put
minutes.
that, yeah, and I'm going to put the link in the chat.
Oh, good. Yes, perfect. How many people were on today, Jamie?
Looks like we have, minus me and you, 9. We have 9 with the caller, so. 8. I just counted everybody 8.
Is it 9, Jamie?
It's 8.
Well, that's wonderful. I guess we'll wait another minute or two here for any questions or comments along the way.
Absolutely.
Jamie,
I'm
we
still,
can do that, I think.
yes, and I'm still looking at the chat.
Okay, good. I realized I had, at one point I had 4 or 5 different USA Learns apps on my phone. I just realized this week I probably don't need all of those. But there were different levels and things that my students would ask, and I would show them on my phone the different levels. But then I don't like my classes are finished for the year, and the summer session hasn't started yet, so I still have the one I can show them if people are asking about it. Well, I guess we should wrap things up, Jamie.
Alrighty, so I am going to stop the recording, and thank you all so much for participating. If you have any further questions, Don, do you want to go back to your email address real quick?
I can do that.
Awesome. There it is. ddutton@nmdelt.org. So please feel free to email Don. And of course, this recording will be put on our YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you all for being here.